So a very good morning to all the viewers and subscribers. We are out this morning after last Virtual Safari's episode of sticking with one thing, which is that elephant carcass. We've now decided to come out and try and find the Mbiri Pride. And this morning we have found Mandevu. He has been patrolling most of the evening. We've heard him very vocal around Tinswalo area. And now we found him and he's just laid down in the grass. Beautiful light on him and he's looking really spectacular this morning. But what's also very, very entertaining is that a big male giraffe behind me has just come to investigate Mandevu. So giraffes, as you know, don't make any alarm calls that we can hear, and they sort of just come towards a predator and they stop and stare for quite a time. So if ever you're in the bush and you can see a number of giraffes just staring very, very intently in a block or in a small clump of bushes, you know that there should be something there. But I do think Mandevu is going to get up and move any second now, but we're going to try to keep up with him. So this morning we rushed off from Mandevu while he was on patrol. He went into the thick area of bush and we couldn't follow up, and we've come out this afternoon around 2 o'clock to a female cheetah right outside of camp that's just killed an impala. Carcass must be at least probably half an hour to maybe an hour old max, and she's just feeding very cautiously on this impala. She has put her head up a few times just to make sure there's no other scavengers around. But what a treat to be this close to camp and have a female cheetah feeding on an impala carcass right here. So by watching these videos you can just see how quickly cheetahs eat. They don't waste much time. She's probably one of the slower eaters that I have seen. I think she's got the advantage of it's the middle of the day, not too many scavengers around, and she's done very well in dragging this carcass underneath a small tree that I think is just sheltering it a bit from possibly any vultures or eagles flying around. But we're going to hang with this cheetah. It's probably now close to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So it's still very hot, but as you know, cheetahs have to be opportunistic in the middle of the day compared to the other big cats, and they have to, unfortunately, they drew the short straw when it comes to hunting and being active at some of the hotter times of the day. They don't have the luxury that lions and leopards do to laze in a tree or under a bush with a big family. So this young female cheetah is just gorging on this carcass. Like I said, she's looked up once or twice just to be observant of her surroundings, but she's really tucking into this. It looks like a young impala ram, and she's already nearly finished the hindquarters, and now she's onto the chest and torso of the impala. Right, so this is not very good for our female cheetah. Out of nowhere we've just had about 6 white-backed vultures just land on this dead tree next to us, and they obviously saw the kill from way up in the sky. As you know, vultures have impeccable eyesight, and yeah, our cheetah is not very worried. She is eating still at a rapid pace, but these vultures are known to chase cheetahs off of carcasses. They're not the most intimidating predator. You won't find vultures chasing a leopard or a lion off a kill anytime soon, but they feel that the more of them there are, the easier it is to overpower and outnumber a cheetah. So this is going to be interesting how this is going to unfold. Another vulture's coming in now. So believe it or not, this is actually even better news than what we'd hoped for, and that this is the sister of the male cheetah that we'd followed in the last virtual safari, that young male with the very white tip on the end of his tail that almost looks like he's missing a ring. So this is the sister of that male. So they must have obviously have split now. They were together at the beginning of the year when we filmed the first virtual safari for 2023. It was both of them that were just here outside the boom gate of Tinswala, and now they've gone their separate ways, but seem to be occupying a similar territory. We saw the young male the other day. We just didn't get a chance to film him, and then obviously when we did film him, he was on the virtual safari, and now we've got her as well, which is really comforting. I was beginning to worry about where she'd ended up, or if she was still alive, or if she'd gone into another part of the reserve that we can't access, or even a completely other reserve. So we made quite a fatal error, and we went back to the lodge to charge batteries and dump memory cards, and now we've come back to no cheetah, and the vultures have taken over, and there's barely anything left. You would have seen earlier how full that carcass was and how quickly that cheetah was eating, and now it's literally just most of the skeleton and some skin, and now the hooded vultures are picking it off. Here comes a white-backed vulture now coming in. So this is a really good indication of just how nothing goes to waste and how quickly things can change. When we left, the cheetah was in full control, vultures had just moved in, and now no cheetah and full of vultures. So we're back out again this morning after yesterday's amazing cheetah sighting in the afternoon. We followed her as much as we could afterwards, but then it got dark and we decided to leave her. And now we are out around Wild Dog Dam. There has been a report of a young male leopard that was seen yesterday afternoon, and also around, I think, yesterday morning. So we're in this area where we know where the leopard was, and now we're going to try and see if we can relocate, try and pick up on some tracks. So yesterday morning we did in the end manage to find that male leopard. So this was the Wanga male. We managed to get a few images and pictures of him yesterday, and we'll put that up for you guys to see what he looks like. But something we noticed that was quite disturbing was that he had a horrible wound on the back of his tail, and after further investigation we watched how he walked, and it looked like that he had been grabbed by something, either another leopard or perhaps even a pride of lions. So then we slowly started to go back and work out what his movements were, and over the last 3 days he was very close to the Mbiri Pride at one stage around Wild Dog Dam, and we think what happened was he got into an altercation and he might have just been grabbed by one of the members. So now he is walking quite badly. It almost looks like he's dragging one of his legs, and he's still managing to move around, and obviously we can't get involved because it's a natural injury, and it's not a man-made injury, and these things do happen, and it would be wrong for us to intervene. But I'm just going to show you the track here of what it looks like, how a male leopard normally looks, and now him with his drag mark behind him. It almost looks like he's got a kill, but now that we know that he has this injury, obviously that is his tracks, not the tracks of something that he's killed. So let me just show you here quickly. There's another leopard footprint there, and his tracks go all the way along here, and apparently, chatting to Wise, his tracks have gone into the lodge area around the presidential suite, but they keep going here, so he's obviously gone through the boom gate or around the boom gate. There's another indication of where the drag mark is and where his first paw is, and he's gone all the way along here. So we're going to try and see if we can relocate him this morning. Otherwise we'll push on and see if we can find something else. Okay, so that brings this virtual safari to an end. We tried to look around this morning to see if we could relocate on the Wanga male leopard, and no luck. We only got his tracks, and they've led us all the way as far as presidential suite, but unfortunately no luck. So I think he's probably still in this area. If he's that badly injured, like we saw from the tracks with him dragging his legs, he's definitely going to hang around here around the lodge in the riverbed. He's going to probably try and hunt things that he can manage, maybe bushbuck, and he's going to just have to really be an ambush stealth hunter. But for now, that brings us to the end of this virtual. I hope you all enjoyed it. It was really good. We got 3 of the big cats in one virtual safari, so that was quite a highlight. And stay tuned for the next episode.